What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. I hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. So there's a prompt going around where women are asking men for genuine dating advice. And one of my friends from high school said something profound that I think a lot of women should take with them. And he said, my boy Steve, he said the true measure of a man is in his values. How does he treat his family? His money? Does he show up to work on time? Where his kids at? What's his opinion on God? Too many women make their choices on how the man treats them, but ulterior motives can shape that. How he does the little things is how he does everything. And I couldn't have said it better myself, man. Like a man will treat you well because he trying to get, he trying to get some sex, right? He trying to get loving about you. He trying to, get you, he trying to get you to fall in love with him. He trying to get you to be enamored with him, so on and so forth. He can treat you well, but how he treats people who cannot give him pleasure, right? How does he treat his siblings, right? His mother, his father, his grandmother, his grandfather. How does he treat these people who were there for him growing up, who looked out for him, who made sure he had every necessity and a lot of wants, right? How does he treat those people in his adulthood? That matters. How does he show up for his children? Is he reliable? Is he a person who checks on his kids? Is he a person who, is he a father who is wanting the children to always reach out to him? Is he a father that feels entitled that the kid need to call me? Or is he a father that says, I'm the parent. These are my babies. These are my seeds. Let me reach out to my seeds and make sure I'm watering them appropriately, right? Is he a man who's frivolous with his money, who just spends any type of way on just recklessly spends? Is he a man who really, really cares, who has pride in his work? Or does everything he do, is it sloppy as hell? Does he act like he doesn't care about it? Does he treat everything he does as if it's something minuscule? Right? Or does he handle these tasks with pride and say, man, my name is attached to this. I got to make sure this is done correctly. Those things are transferable to relationships. Again, a man can easily fool a woman by treating her well. Because again, he ain't gonna treat you wrong if he's trying to get you to be enamored with him, if he's trying to get you to fall in love with him, if he's trying to get you to be infatuated with him. Right? He gonna do those things. But what about the people who are closest to him? What about the people who've been in his life the longest? What about the people who've been there for him since day one? How does he treat his friends? Does he disrespect his friends? Does he disrespect his mother, his siblings? Right? Again, those things matter. I know a lot of people might say stuff like, oh, they don't, I've seen some women say they don't want a man who's always showing up for his family because they want the man to themselves, so on and so forth. But if a man can't show up for his people that been there with him since day one, he ain't gonna show up for you like that, baby. Eventually, after he get what he want, he gonna go on about his business. You feel me? So like those things matter, man. And as a parent of two children, a 14-year-old girl and a 4-year-old boy, and I'm a person who's very closely connected to my family. Like those are important values. I'm a man of faith. I pray a lot, and I prayed a lot growing up in Chicago. I'm not a perfect man by any stretch of the imagination. I have my faults and flaws like everybody else. But I mean, like values matter, man. Those things matter. Is he a man who is God-fearing? Is he a man who is kind to others? Is he an asshole in every aspect of his life? Because see, a lot of women get confused. Oh, he an asshole to everybody else, but he nice to me. Eventually, man, that's gonna shift. He's gonna become an asshole to you at some point. If he's treating everybody else like an asshole, he ain't gonna treat you sweet for the rest of your life. That turn and that switch is gonna happen. And that's why you gotta vet a man before you decide to make that man your partner, your life partner, the person you want to rock out with. You know what I mean? And I thought that was very profound that my boy Steve said. You know what I mean? And we all as people have things to work on. And me as a man, I have things to work on for sure. And I'm never going to act like I don't. I'm never going to act like I'm perfect. But I'm like, man, those things are important, man. Does this man, does he handle his people with care? You know, and even how does the man interact with his children's mother if he has children? Does he talk to them like they ain't nothing? Does he talk to them like they trash at the bottom of his shoe? Cause some women get like they like that. Oh, at least because that makes them feel comfortable with the co-parent dynamic. Well, at least he hates her, so I don't have to worry about him trying to go sleep with her behind my back. I don't have to worry about them. I don't have to worry about them hooking up behind my back. No. But if this man is willing to trash and belittle and act like this woman is the scum of the earth, a woman he procreated with, that he once felt something for, to be laying down with her, having a baby with her, if he talked to her like she is a dog, if he talk about her and talks about her like she is nothing, like what sign is that for you, you know, in y'all relationship dynamic? Oh man. Verbal abuse is bound to happen. It's bound to come. He just ain't did it yet because he trying to get you all on board, man. And as I'm a brother to 3 sisters, right? I have brothers as well. One of my brothers is deceased, but I have 3 sisters. And I would tell my sisters the same thing. How does that man treat everybody else outside of you that's in his life? You know, how does he handle everything, all other aspects of his life? Because again, like my boy Steve says, how he does the little things is how he does everything. Does he check up on his people? Does he show up for them, man? If he know his mama is struggling, do he let her struggle? And I ain't even just talking about financially. If she needs help cleaning something for an event, if she needs help, you know, putting stuff away or getting some groceries and all of that, does he volunteer? Does he help his mama, or do his mama gotta beg him to do those things? You know what I mean? If his sister is moving, you know, and she needs some help, do his sister gotta call and beg him to do it, or will he show up for his sister because that's his sister and she needs my help and my assistance? You know what I mean? Like, does his kids have to call him all the time to ask for things that he knows they need? You know what I mean? Or is he diligent and proactive in getting the things he knows that they need? You know? Does the mother of his children, I don't like saying baby mama, does the mother of his children have to hunt him down for basic necessities for his child? Does he spend his money on bullshit, and is he irresponsible and taking care of certain business? Does he handle does he treat work like it's a pastime? Is he late? You know, is he a punctual man? Punctuality matters. If he's always late for work, which pays him and which could risk his livelihood, is he going to be able to take care and rear a family? Is he going to be able to be responsible enough to keep a job, to keep y'all held down, to keep the foundation strong? You know what I mean? Is he a man that's grounded in faith? Because if he not, again, will that mesh well with you if you're grounded in faith? You know what I mean? I'm a man grounded in faith. Is he a man, again, who will treat people he loves or say he loves like they ain't shit? Will he trash them? Will he talk about them at every turn? Will he, again, turn his back on them for the slightest thing? If they really need him, will he answer the phone? Those things matter. And I'm not saying you got to be on beck and call. You got to be on call for everybody and you got to run and to save everybody. No, but the things that I mentioned, if you know your mother is moving, you help your mother move. Your mother don't got to call you and beg you to help you move. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't how I was raised or how a lot of my friends were raised and all of that, you know? If you know your sister needs help moving, if your sister needs help with the groceries and you or your mother needs help with the groceries and you at her house and you watching her pull the groceries in. If you go to your mama's house and you see trash in there, are you going to voluntarily take out your mother's trash, or you going to let the trash pile up and she ain't got nobody there to help her with it? You know what I mean? Your father needs your assistance with something. You know, are you going to ignore his call because you don't want to help him and you on your own time and you want to do what you want to do? Those things, man. So marry a man or be with a man and consider life with a man who has great values. Not just a man that treats you well, who has great values, because he could be treating you well to get what he want and then turn into and dash on you, or do a complete 180, turn into a completely different person. And that's just my 2 cents on the situation. Machiavelli Mills TV. I got to get out of here for work, y'all. I'm gone. Peace.